Good evening. I would like to call to order the Town of Riverhead Industrial Development Agency Annual Board Meeting on February 3rd, 2025 at 5:03 p.m. I'd like to welcome our new Town Board Liaison, Joanne Waskey. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And I'd like to note the presence of our counsel on Zoom. And I'd like to note the entire board is in attendance. And we do therefore have a quorum. The first item of business would be to consider the proposed agenda. If there are any comments, or if not so, a motion to...
Just one change, I just penciled it in, there's only 2 foils.
Yeah, I'll get to that in correspondence. Yeah, okay.
You're adopting the agenda, so I just wanted to
Okay.
Change the number.
make the
All right.
change.
I'll make a
Fine,
motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next item would be consideration of the minutes of our meeting of January 6, 2025, in Resolution 04-25. Do I have any comments on those minutes, or may I have a motion to approve them?
I'll move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next item would be organizational resolutions contained in Resolution 05-25A through E. This would include the consideration of an executive board, committees, endorsement of depositories, engagement counsel, and the engagement of CFO. Do we want to have any discussion on this, Tracy, or should we just march through the resolutions?
I think you're good. You can probably do an omnibus vote.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I'm consistent.
A through E, correct? Yes.
Yes. So, and the executive board will be Mr. Farley, Mr. Mendelson, Ms. Paczynski, Mr. Williams, Ms. Rizzi, and Mr. Mendelson,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
And we're good with the committees as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if there's no other observations or comments, may I have a motion to approve these resolutions?
I'll make a motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. The 2 foils in correspondence, please tell us about them.
Yeah, just East End, group for the East End, and Riverhead Local did one, and they were in the beginning of the month. And
Okay. All taken care of?
I think so.
Okay. All right, thank you. There are no presentations tonight.
No.
There will be a treasurer's report, however. And I guess
Oh, I'm going to do
you'll do that one as a holdover? All right, fine, thank you.
The last hurrah.
the last hurrah. The as of January 31st, the cash in the M&T checking account was $30,987.62. In the Hanover Bank Muni account, the balance was $350,455.24. A wire transfer was made in the amount of $20,000 on January 15th, and interest earned was $1,067 at an APY of 3.56%. In the project deposit account, the account earned interest in the amount of $2.70, and there was a bank charge of $22. The month-end balance was $31,789.17. Revenue for the month of January included interest earnings of $1,141.85, an amended application fee of $4,000, and annual compliance fee of $30,000. The expenses for the month of January totaled $29,450.59. I'd also like to add that we have today signed checks for the pilot distributions based upon the 24-25 pilot payments. These checks include a distribution to the Manorville Fire District in the amount of $27,639.63, a distribution to the County of Suffolk in the amount of $41,960.10. A distribution to the Riverhead Fire District in the amount of $43,545.85. A distribution to the town of Riverhead in the amount of $582,139.40. And finally, a distribution to the Riverhead Central School District in the amount of $1,077,196.54.
I'll just comment, sir, that's the first distribution of the year. Some have split payments,
Yes.
so,
Well, those are the first distributions of the year.
correct.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Lee on the treasurer's report? It's nice to see that we made a profit in the month of January. I guess that brings us to the committee reports.
The resolution.
Oh, there is a resolution to accept this, that's correct, isn't there?
Yep.
May I have a motion to approve the resolution accepting the expenses
I'll make
and
the motion.
authorizing payment of the bills?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Committee reports tonight, no audit committee, nor finance, but there is a governance committee report. Lori?
Yes. The IDA Governance Committee met on January 21st at Town Hall to review the remaining open items from the ABO's correspondence. The director updated members on the status of the new project dashboard and shared input on sample websites. Members focused on their desire for ease of use and clarity in moving forward with both projects. The director presented a draft acquisition policy for consideration by the committee. Despite the policy not being a legal requirement and the agency's lack of interest or resources to acquire real property, the committee approved a recommendation to the full board to adopt such a policy should circumstances change in the future. The committee then discussed the requirements outlined in the ABO correspondence related to public committee meetings. Members sought to strike a balance between minimizing the impact on agency staff and board members while still accommodating public attendance as recommended by the ABO. This will require additional coordination with Town Hall and the website administrator. A new state statute recently passed by the legislature and signed by the governor requires IDAs to consider if a project will be providing on-site child daycare facilities. After discussion, the committee approved a recommendation to the full board to include this element in the agency's Uniform Project Evaluation Criteria policy. The committee then considered the list of other policies as part of its annual review and determined there was no need to amend any of the following policies at this time: fee schedule, disposition of real property and procurement policies, statement of board responsibilities, code of ethics, whistleblower, bylaws, time and attendance, equal opportunity and non-discrimination, salary and compensation, defense and indemnification policies, and mission statement and measurement report. The committee approved a recommendation to the full board to adopt these policies in their current state. The committee then reviewed updated computations generated from the amended application from Island Water Park, which noted that $1 million of sales tax exemption has been left unused. Discussion also focused on the significant reduction in employment figures, the status of compliance of the company related to reporting and pilot payments under the current project, and the desire to seek guidance from counsel as to how to handle the default as the agency processes the amended application. Finally, the committee discussed the knowledge that can be gleaned from the comptroller's audits of other agencies and made note that the auditor suggested obtaining invoices from construction projects. Due to the limited resources of the agency, it was suggested that requiring the applicant to share final expense reports required of financial institutions and spot checking projects could be a practice that the agency adopts. Further discussion on the issue was tabled for future meetings. The committee then entered into executive session to discuss issues related to personnel. That's the report.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any comments on that report? Observations? All right. Thank you very much. Tonight, no old business to discuss.
No.
All right. And then, new business would be the amendment to the pilot that Atlantis has, which would be Resolution 07-25. Tracy, you want to tell us a little about that?
Yeah, so typically, our pilots are one payment at the beginning of the year. An applicant can apply to split it like your regular tax bill and pay in January and in May. During COVID, the agency did what it could to assist businesses who were having difficulty keeping up, and approved a four-year installment pilot payment for Atlantis. That was only through COVID until they could recover, and now they've requested to go to 2 installments because they're not allowed to go to 4 anymore, but they do want to do 2. So that's what this resolution is for, and then there'll be a pilot amendment drafted if the board approves it. But this is typical, and there is an annual fee to split it for $250.
Any comments or thoughts?
Just with regard to the entities to whom we distribute this funding.
They get notified.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually do a 412A, it's called the 412A form. It
Okay.
goes to the assessors, and all the taxing jurisdictions get notified. On that note, with this distribution of pilots, we were also, a new state requirement was to notify the school specifically, but we did all taxing jurisdictions, when there are 2 years left on the pilot. So we noted it in the distribution. I don't know if there's a copy of it in the treasurer's file, but we noted it with this, and we're sending the distributions certified. So we know that they've been notified, even though they get the original pilot, even though they get an estimate, even though they have all this information, we'll notify them again that there's only 2 years left on a pilot, anticipated pilot.
Right.
I mean, sometimes we extend, sometimes they're shorter. Whatever it is, we continue to keep them updated.
Okay, great.
Any further comments or thoughts?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You?
I'll make a motion do we need to do that now?
I guess it's a resolution, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
I'll make
Okay.
a motion to approve.
All right. Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that brings us to the Executive Director's Report.
Okay. All the pilots have been paid by the companies. We're continuing to work with 205 Osborne on their insurance, and compliance reports have started to come in.
When do they do, Trace?
The compliance reports? Valentine's Day.
How lovely.
I'm working on the audits with the auditor, as is our CFO, and we're compiling data information for to continue to get data information for the dashboard, make sure it's accurate, and I'm still working on getting the credit card. We're still filling out forms from the bank, so that's been since October. Hopefully getting closer.
All right.
That completes my report.
Thank you. Any other comments?
No.
All right, thank you. Well, then I would like to ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll
you.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 5:17 PM. Pretty close to record. Let's see. At this time, I would like to call to order the meeting, annual organizational meeting of the Riverhead IDA Economic Job Development Corporation on February 3rd, 2025 at 5:17 PM. The first item would be to consider our agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. The next item would be to consider and approve a resolution for the minutes of our last meeting on January 6th, 2025. Are there any comments on the minutes?
No, sir. I'll move.
Thank you.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next item of business would be the organizational resolutions for the year. Resolution 04-25A through E. The appointment of officers, committees, counsel, and CFO, as well as endorsing a depository institution. Do I have any comments or questions on these resolutions? No. In that case, could I ask for a motion to approve this resolution? resolutions, excuse me.
I'll move.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Treasurer's report. Lee?
In the balance in the LDC bank account as of January 31st was $422.27. Activity for the month included bank charges in the amount of $13 and a refund of prior bank charges in the amount of $81.
Thank you very much. Any comments, observations?
Nope.
In which case, I guess, is this,
I'll move to
Yes.
approve the treasurer's report.
thank you. Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Committee reports tonight. There is a governance committee report.
Yes, just stick with it. The LDC Governance Committee met on January 21st to review remaining issues with the website as outlined in recent correspondence from the ABO, including discussions on potential new website options and coordinating the use of Town Hall. The committee discussed amending the mission statement and measurement report by adding educational opportunities to the list of performance goals. The committee voted unanimously to recommend the amendment to the full board, along with reaffirming the following policies without further amendment: the fee schedule, the disposition of real property, procurement policies, the statement of board responsibilities, code of ethics, whistleblower bylaws, time and attendance, equal opportunity and non-discrimination, salary and compensation, defense and indemnification policies. Discussion also was held related to adoption of an acquisition policy, which was recommended by the ABO. After discussion, the members voted to recommend adoption of the proposed acquisition policy to the full board.
Thank you very much. Any questions regarding the governance committee report? All right, thank you. May I have I don't think I need a motion on that. Thank you, Lori. Old business. Tracy?
I'll hand it over to Terrence for an update on the charter school.
Sure. So I think the last update I gave the board was that in our tax due diligence, with respect to the bonds that the school has currently outstanding that are being paid off as part of this bond financing, we had encountered an issue with some of the funds they had under that indenture that required some remediation with filing, making a filing with the IRS. And then we would have to wait 90 days just to see if we got an adverse response from the IRS before we could move forward with this bond deal. That filing was made in early December, so that 90-day clock will be up in early March. And so right now we're working to finalize documents in order to allow the school to go out with their preliminary official statement as soon as the 90 days is up in early March. And assuming that all goes as planned, that probably puts closing towards the end of March. So that's the schedule we're on right now, and at the moment I don't see any reason why we won't be able to stick to that. So hopefully we'll have that closing done by the end of March.
All right. Thank you. Any questions?
No, sir.
All right. Thanks very much, Terrence. No new business tonight. In which case, I would like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned at 5:22 p.m. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.